Hi, this is 365 and this is vlog number 2 for Summerween 2023. So I haven't actually got terribly much further since the last vlog, but I have made myself some breakfast. I was filming and editing a video and it was taking forever to export, so it will take forever to upload. So I need to do that today, and there was also something else I wanted to... Oh yeah, the vlog. I'm trying to think of what it'll be like, but yeah, so I'm gonna have to edit the vlog for the last 3 days. And then this will probably be the second one. I will probably only do 2 because I don't plan on doing terribly much, so it won't be very interesting. But here's my breakfast. I've got some sausages, some mushrooms, and some spicy tomato cheesy bread. Anyway, it'll be nice. I'm gonna see about an audiobook version of Small Spaces, so that I can maybe read that a bit faster. And Seven Deaths I'm just gonna like put to the side and probably not make much progress with. So I don't know what I'm gonna read, and I'm gonna check to see if the library has got my stuff on the go yet. I don't think it's gonna come by the time the end of the readathon's finished, which is a shame. But I did still get something out of the. I got my coffee, by the way. I did at least get something out of the library. But yeah, I don't really have much to do other than what I'm doing in the house. So it's going to be a bit of a boring start. But I am going to enjoy my breakfast. So yeah, I will check in when I've maybe done something or maybe read something. We'll see. This is probably going to be a shorter vlog. So, where am I in this little... I'm actually editing the video. Because I'm a bit afraid that it's going to be too long. Okay, I'm still reading Small Spaces and I'm still reading Seven Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle, so there's not much going on in terms of my reading. I've checked, I still don't have the books available in the library, so I don't know if I'll get to read them this time, so I will have to read Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I posted a video today. This is the remnants of my photo that I put on social media for it. That was a reading vlog for Antique Bakery. So I still have a donut, and I took one bite out of that and realised, no, I need coffee again. I've almost fallen asleep twice. Maybe that's something to do with the books that I'm reading. I'm getting like, this is okay and I'm enjoying this because it's an easy read, but at the same time I'm like, and this one I'm like listening to it, and I had it on 2x speed just to be like, come on. Oh. And then 2x speed was just too much because then I was like dropping pieces of information that I think might be important, but then I'm like, will it? This is 500 pages, Stuart Turton. So I've got it back down to like 1.75 or 1.5 or something like that. The audiobook. So I've been listening to that as well. He's still, I mean, I'm not even that far into it. Well, that says 42, but I'm probably a few pages ahead of that. Like, yeah, 50 something, but not that far ahead. Oh, I'm not feeling it. But then I didn't the first time I read the Dead in the Dark Water, so but I'm really tired. I'm feeling very much like, just get this editing done so you know where you are. I've just finished editing the video that I was filming yesterday, and that's now up on my Patreon, the collection video, so that'll be up at some point. If this video was up before that on my channel, expect a collection video soon. Yeah, so yeah, there's my poor little computer has been working itself to death. Poor wee dear. Especially because it's so hot. But the rain has come now, and the forecast is saying rain all week. So it's very, very much of a warm and humid Scotland at the moment. But yeah, I think I might see if I can get the audiobook of this, and that will probably help me, and I can do the dishes and stuff while I'm reading it, because I think I'm enjoying this one more than I'm enjoying this one. At least I got the Telltale Heart done. And the Death Miss Swiftly. I've got 2 done, and I'm working on 2. And maybe the Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I would like to get an audiobook of that as well if I can. I'm feeling like I need the audiobooks to get through, which isn't a great thing, but it is what it is. But yeah, spoilers. And I need more coffee. More coffee is needed. Especially if I'm gonna eat this slightly dry chocolate croissant. Croissant! Yeah, so this is the check-in. Not much has happened. And we are on day 10. Day 10. That's not great. I will check in when I've got more to say about either of these works, or if I abandon them completely and choose something else, because that might be happening. Although I really should read Small Spaces just because it is set in autumn, and so it would be good. And it's not difficult. It's a fine read. Anyway, I'll check in with you later. So it is almost 10, so it's quite dark. I don't know if you can still see. I have been quite busy today. It is Monday, so I had a few other things, and I also had some videos and stuff to do. I am editing, or I've edited the video for the last 3 days, so that's gonna go up on the channel at some point. I don't know. I don't know, it's gonna take a while. And I've only got to chapter 5, but I have been listening to the audiobook now of this, and it is going a lot faster, because trying to read this and or The Seven Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle together, it's just too much. My brain just can't handle it. So yeah, I'm enjoying this one. We've had a lot more of the character Ollie. She has picked up this strange book about small spaces. Sounds like there's a creepy guy, supernatural, and something to do with history and a farm. And oh, wouldn't you know it, she's supposed to be going into school today for a field trip to a farm. So it's gonna be getting good. Her dad seems nice. It's interesting because the last thing I read, which will be in the previous video, was Sheets, was about a young girl who was grieving the loss of her mother, and just trying to keep on keeping on and dealing with it. And this also has a young girl who has lost her mother. Her father, though, seems like he's much more present and able, but still struggling with his emotions as well as hers. So that's quite interesting that they're both young girls who've lost their mothers. It's sad. But this one is well written. I'm enjoying it so far, and it is going along at a good pace, but because I've been so busy, I haven't been able to make much progress. So I'm going to have a wee listen to it in the dark as well. Probably. It's a bit easier as I go to bed, because it is 10 o'clock now. So yeah, I will check in with you tomorrow and see how much I get done, and see how far I get along with this. Good morning. I have a cup of coffee and the donut that I didn't eat yesterday. I did eat the pastries. I am a little bit further along. I'm trying to find where it is because I'm listening to the audio book. I can't remember. But I'm a fair whack through it. Maybe about half the way. There's a lot more ghosty story. We've got a lot more information. Did I even say what the plot of this was? I don't know if I want to spoil it. It's quite a good one so far. I'm actually enjoying it, and it's actually going quite quickly. Yeah, it doesn't say it has to be on the inside. Yeah. Well, there's actually quite a big chunk of it. So yeah, there's Ollie, who's the girl who has lost her mother, and she has come across a book that feels like a diary of, or an autobiography from a woman, and a woman was going to throw it in the creek or the river or something, and she took the book, and the book is all about small spaces and the smiling man and the history of the farm that they are all going to. So It's all very creepy and spooky, and it definitely feels very supernatural. And it is, of course, set in the autumn. So I'm enjoying it so far. There's definitely a lot more development with the characters in the class and the teacher and everything. So yeah, I don't think I've 100% got to this point yet. So there's quite a lot of information given in this first little section, but I can't quite figure out where I am. I don't know exactly. Anyway, I'm gonna have my donut, I'm gonna have my coffee, and I'm gonna carry on with this one and come back to the 7 deaths later on, or maybe skip it and go to the Good Girl's Guide to Murder, just to see. But I am enjoying small spaces quite a bit, actually. It is spooky. It is spooky. But yeah, we'll see how I get on. So as I was sitting here, just about to have my coffee and donut, something arrived in the post. Shall we see what it is? I think I know what it is, because I haven't been ordering very much this month, which I'm very happy about. Ooh, and still got its plastic on! Yay! Only the Flower Knows, Volume 3. This is quite a thin one, June manga. I do need to get Volume 2. And of course, they're going to have the spin-off one as well, Miyako De. So yeah, unfortunately, I can't read this one. I need to get Volume 2. Although, as I've said before when I was reading Only the Flower Knows Volume 1, I have read this a long time ago in scans, back when I read scans. And so I know what the story is about, but it's been such a long time since I read it. So I do need to pick up Volume 2. Hopefully for a good price, but I got this one for 6 or 7, I think it was 6.50 or something like that. It was a good price anyway. I'll have to write it down. But I don't think, I mean, we're almost halfway through the month and I'm doing really well on not buying things. Not because I'm actively avoiding it. I'm just being a bit more conscious of it. Although there are 2 things that I'm wanting to purchase. And I should just purchase them because they're good prices. So yeah, this is another one to add to my little mini haul this month. And I'm very happy that it's a mini haul. And it's not spooky in any way. A bit of thriller. Maybe a bit of thriller. But yeah, this is a really good one. And it's a Rihito Takarai one. And one of my favourites, I think. I love Rihito Takarai's artwork. But this is just a gentle little story. And I do like the characters. They're great. They're great. So yeah, carry on with my spooky readings and put this on my shelf. So I am just finishing uploading my video for the vlog to YouTube. I'll just put it up. I don't think I'll put it on my Patreon. I think I'll just put it up. But also, I have just finished Small Spaces. It was very good. I enjoyed it a lot. It is quite a quick read, actually, when you get into it. Mind you, I was listening to it on, like, double speed. It was good. So, yeah, it was kind of spooky. It was a bit scary. There was definitely some very tense moments. Ollie and Brian and Coco are the 3 main characters. So, for the beginning of it, you mostly just get Ollie's perspective and also you get introduced to the other kids in her class, and the teacher and the farm that they go to and her dad, but you don't really know what it is that's going to be the scary thing. But this is, I think, a 4-book series. So the smiling man is this scary thing, the scary entity that enjoys trying to bargain with people and take their lives. And she has a watch that ends up helping her, which is kind of like the spirit of her mum, which was just nice. It was nice. Anyway, her and Brian, an annoying new kid from the city, Coco, and they've all got hidden depths. That's what I like about it. They're all good at different things. Yeah. And it was very scary. And there was definitely moments when they got into into danger, and I did wonder, like, how are they going to get out of this, and also how are they going to get the other people out of this, because it's not great. And it was full of scarecrows that are very scary, so yeah. But it was very nice. I enjoyed it a lot, and it definitely had that sort of very autumnal Halloweeny vibes, and a big yellow bus and all the scarecrows and the farm and the wood. Yep. So I can understand why this is actually thought of as a really good middle grade scary horror book. But yeah, I wouldn't mind actually reading the other ones, because I do think the 4-book series might be worth a read. Yeah, Small Spaces was scary, but I enjoyed it a lot. And that's another one done. So I've got 3. Only 3? It feels like I've read more. No, I read Sheets, so that's 4. I've read 4. So yeah, I think I might see if I can read The Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I mean, I have been listening to this in the dark as well, but this is my fall one. So yeah, I'll see if I can get an audiobook for A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, because I think that might be easier and faster to read than The 7 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. But I'm gonna make something to eat. What's the time? It's 4 o'clock. But I'll make some dinner and see what else I can read and check in with you later once I've uploaded my video as well. It's in its high definition processing, so it's got another 30 minutes. But I'll put that up, may as well, on the channel, and do all my social media stuff. But I'm thinking noodles for dinner. I'm thinking nudes. Send nudes. I've got a cabbage and some bacon and yakisoba sauce. So maybe I can make some yakisoba. It's been a while since I had that, which would be good. So, yeah, Small Spaces, highly recommend. Nice little middle grade scary book, definitely. So it is quite a bit later. I had some visitors, some helping my garden look nicer visitors, which is good. So I've got a drink and I made some yakisoba. I went to Asian food store recently and picked up some proper yakisoba sauce for making it. So hopefully it'll be good. I put some cabbage, but I when I made this in Japan, I wouldn't have made it with anything other than bacon, cabbage, maybe some carrot, and I probably would have put fried egg on top of that. I didn't do that today. But I have enough to have a second portion, so maybe I'll do it then. But yeah, I've got some mushrooms, onion, peppers, cabbage, and I had this sausage left over from like earlier today I made for lunch. So I've just had like a sausage sprinkle, which is not something that you probably hear a lot of. I made a sausage sprinkle, that's what it is. So yeah, I have started A Good Girl's Guide to Murder as well. I found some like an audiobook version, which is helping me. Yeah, 7 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. I'm just like not feeling it, Stuart Turton. I will maybe return to it because I don't think I'm going to get the library books in by the end of tomorrow, which I think is the last day, maybe. So yeah, I will check in when I've had a little bit more of a listen. But while I'm eating this, I'm probably going to watch some of the videos because loads of people have got Summerween vlogs up as well. So I've got some videos to watch, loads of videos to watch. I'm behind on my videos, so I'm going to enjoy that while I'm having my yakisoba. I crisped some of the noodles up, which is good. Love a crispy yakisoba noodle. Good morning, it's the next day. I didn't actually get very far in this. I am listening to the audiobook and I did listen to it in the dark while I was going to sleep. But then I was going to sleep, so I fell asleep. So I'm at this kind of point now, the interview between Pip and Ravi. So Pip is a young girl? I don't know, I think she must be around 17, maybe 18, something like that. And she is doing a project about like a big project for her A-level type thing. So final year project. And she's doing it on a missing girl case from her town from a few years back. And it's all different things. So it's like multimedia. Multimedia, is that how you say it? Mixed media. Multimedia. It's mixed media. So there's like bits of interviews and phone calls and things like that. So it is actually quite interesting. And I just got up and had a wee listen while I was making my coffee. And it's not quite the same as the book. The audiobook I'm listening to has American voices. But this seems very British. So I don't know what I'm listening to. But I'm listening to an audiobook that has some changes. Anyway, it's kind of like if you were listening to a podcast of people trying to find out something in the past, which I guess is what people really enjoy doing nowadays. I haven't actually, other than Only Murders in the Building, which I loved, which reminds me, is season 3 coming out soon? When's season 3 coming out? Me and my sister have to watch that. We have to watch it. It's like our thing. We don't have many things, but that's one of the things that we ended up watching. Only Murders in the Building, the first series. We only watched like maybe half of it or something. I don't know how many episodes we watched, but we were like, oh, we are 100% in on this, and there's a whole second season to watch. So yeah, this must be last year. So yeah, we've got third season. I really want to watch that now. Oh, Only Murders in the Building, so good. So that's kind of the feeling I get of her going back and going through things that happened and interviewing people that probably she shouldn't be interviewing. Well, she specifically should be interviewing. It said at the beginning, you shouldn't interview the family, and she's actually having an interview with Ravi, who is the younger brother of the person who was kind of pinned. The murder was pinned on, but he unfortunately passed away and isn't there to defend himself. So it kind of feels like there is definitely like a racist element to this, because the family of the boy is the boy's family is Indian, but British Indian. So although I guess American Indian if you're listening to the audiobook, which is kind of a weird thing. I didn't really notice. Anyway, I was gonna go for a walk, but it is actually raining just now. But I could continue listening to the audiobook because it feels weird to read when it's not the same. So I don't know, maybe I should get the actual, is there a British version or is it just the American version of the audiobook? Anyway, I could go for a walk and get a bit of fresh air. Maybe just a wee half an hour or an hour walk. And then come back and have some actual proper breakfast. I'm just having orange juice and coffee just now. And then I think I might have like an omelette or something later. So yeah, it's interesting, it's good. This is the last day, this will be the last one. I will not be managing to finish The 7 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. Boo. But I can always get the audiobook out of the library again later on in the year if I need to. But yeah, let's see how far I can get with this today. But yeah, I'll maybe go for a walk.
Oh, you okay? You're okay.
So I'm back from my walk. I've made a kind of okonomiyaki. It's not a proper one though. I've got two small ones in the kitchen as well, so I might have extra. And I've just put some like teriyaki slash brown sauce on it. And I've got some pickled ginger. Anyway, I'm at chapter 14. And it's heating up. This is a good one. There's a lot of twists and turns in this. And because it is mixed media, it is quite fun to hear the different things. So, this is great. I'm really enjoying this actually. So I was like, oh, if this was, I mean, I don't know what chapter I was at, but I was thinking if this was a good ITV drama, this would involve, like the girl Andy Bell, is that word? Angie? I can't remember. What was it? I literally just had it. Andy. There you go. Yeah, Andy Bell, I think her name is, the person who went missing. Now, is she actually missing? We don't know. And Pip, who's this investigator, was chatting with Ravi, who's Sal's brother. And Sal is the guy who was going out with Andy when she disappeared and ended up taking his life. Or did he? Was he murdered? Because it seems suspicious. I don't think. I'm like, Anyway, while Pip was chatting with Ravi, she went through 4 different possibilities. And I was like, oh, okay. And so different people who might be suspects and stuff, which was really fun. And also putting her dad, and Andy's dad, as a person of interest. So here's the people of interest. Then she chatted to Elliot Ward, who may be a person of interest. So Andy Bell was not a nice person, turns out. And was having some sort of relationship with an older man who she could ruin. Now I'm like, was it actually her dad? Because her mum and her dad got divorced shortly after she disappeared, and he's moved somewhere else and is now married to some other woman, a very young woman. And Andy was talking about getting plastic surgery to change certain things about herself and be very pretty. So maybe either he's not her real dad and there was something going on, and maybe he's married her afterwards. That would be gross, but it would also be very entertaining. And it's the kind of thing you would expect in another great ITV drama. It's the kind of thing I'm like, yes, love it. Especially when things like that comes up. I told you with the death of Mrs. Westaway, when it comes to families, things like that always makes for interesting stories. But there's this other girl who's just been introduced who Andy was bullying, who is also blonde and pretty and looks nice. So maybe Jason Bell is married to her. Ooh, that would be interesting too. Also, I'm wondering if Sal maybe did something with Naomi, and that's why he was feeling guilty, or that's why he left the house that he did when he did. But yeah, I don't think he killed himself. I think that he was murdered, because what was he doing with Andy's phone being on him? And I do think that if he was a smart guy, he would have at least washed his hands to get rid of the blood. I mean, it just makes sense, right? So who is the secret older guy? Is it Elliot Ward? Is it Jason Bell? I think maybe it might be Jason Bell. Ooh, wouldn't that be great? I don't know. I'm putting it out there just because I'll put maybe spoilers. Spoilers. I don't know. It sounds fun. So yeah, I'm on chapter 14. And the online bullying sounds absolutely horrendous. This is like revenge porn. When you put stuff online. So yeah, she should have not only just been expelled, she should have been arrested by the police and charged, and actually she would have been in prison, Andy, because you can't do that. It's not allowed. So, yeah, I'm interested. Who's the person that she did it to? I'm trying to remember who the name of the girl was. Natalie. So yeah, I don't know. There's another person being added to the bunch, and Chloe and Emma, who were her friends, knew some stuff, but not a lot. So Andy had definitely had sex with someone, and was seeing someone, and was getting a lot of money, but we don't know from whom. Oh, so yeah, I'm really excited, but I'm gonna eat this and see how it is. Maybe it'll be good, maybe it won't. But it smells like proper. It smells like proper okonomiyaki, but it's not. It's not. Like, I don't have my Kewpie mayo and stuff like that. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, I will continue with this. I've got a bit of tidying to do. I'm going to do the dishes and stuff, and then I might do some gardening so I can continue listening as well. So I've just been out. That's why there's mud all over the floor. Doing some gardening, but then a little visitor, meow, decided to come say hello. Hello. You want some ham? She does have a tendency to just... There we go. Want to come and get some ham? She was meowing so loudly at the back window as soon as I came in. Because I'd been out the front doing all this muddy gardening. Okay, let's get your ham. Meow. There we go. There we go. Ooh. Another visitor. Right, I'm closing the door now. Bye. Bye. So I've just started part 3. The audiobook is whizzing along really quickly, but then I am listening to it on like 1.7, 1.8 something speed, which is pretty good. But yeah, there's definitely, it feels like there's bits from the British one that's just like, oh, that's not necessary. From what I've seen, but I haven't seen much because I literally just made a cup of tea after feeding that my sort of like part owned pet cat. She's so funny. She just sits on the windowsill and just meow, like the longest meow ever. And because I was out the front garden, you can see I've still got mud on my leggings, but I was wearing other socks, so I had like extra socks on and my big boots, and now I've got mud in my house. I'm gonna have to tidy, but I'm not gonna do it just now. It's about 5 o'clock. Yeah, it's 5 o'clock. It's 5 o'clock on the 12th, and I really want to get this finished today, so I don't know how long it's going to take me to listen to the rest of this, but I don't think too long. I think I can do it. And this is the part 3 is kind of like, at this point, we're going to spoilers territory, so put the spoilers thing up. Is it up? Okay. This is just a note to myself. Note to self, put spoilers up. So, let's get in on this. So there's a whole thing about, oh my god, there's a lot to this story, but I think this part 3 is the point when we can say categorically that that Sal did not murder. We know for a fact that the alibi that he had, that was then retracted by his friends, has now been corroborated. So we know for a fact he didn't kill her. What's her name? Andy. And we still don't know if she's still alive, because they went to the hotel and the old lady who was there was like, she's been in. She's still in. So I'm wondering if she is still alive, or like I said, you know, has she gone off and gone a wee bit plastic surgery? Maybe she's just a little bit different. She looks fairly similar, but not 100%. Is she still alive? Or did someone else kill her and frame Sal later on? Like, I think the whole drug thing must be an issue. So, what I can gather from all of the things that have been going on, Andy was dealing drugs. Who did we find that out from, though? Do we trust that she was? Maybe she wasn't. Who did we find it out from? Because Max is 100% sus. He is suspicious. Suspicious. Oh, God, yeah. And she just was like, yeah, I'm not going to go to the police about it. With the proof. With the proof, I'd be like, nah, fam, you gotta do that. Like if I was Navi, I'd be like, "Nah, fam, we're going. We're going to go and clear my brother's name," which also means that a murder investigation should be opened up because if he definitely didn't kill her, then how did he end up in the woods dead with her phone and her blood? You know, it's like that was too obvious. That was so suspicious. So that I think this was the last time we had persons of interest. So Max Hastings is highlighted because he is, and Howie Bowers is he's the drug dealer guy. So this definitely seems like a drug thing. Daniel De Silva is also still sus because Nat De Silva is, oh my god, all of these people. I mean, talk about skeletons in the closet. There's so much for each of these different people. Okay, so Howie, drug dealer. That's not necessarily making him a killer. And certainly wouldn't have, I think, I mean, it seems a bit stupid to have abandoned her car in his road, the road that he lives in. That seems a little bit too suspicious for him. But then even so, it's like, if they could make the connection between her, and then she had all these codes in her book, so maybe she was dealing drugs. Maybe her and Max were working together. That would be more likely that they were both doing it. Because Max is definitely getting his drugs from Howie. He definitely knows him. There's a connection there. But also, the person who is of interest, and I don't think he's down on here at all, unless he's secret older guy, is the person who wrote the article. I can't remember what his name was. It'll be right at the beginning. The guy who is the person who wrote the article, who was so obviously, like, racist. So there's Ravi. Did she talk to Ravi after or before? Stanley. Oh, here you go. Stanley Forbes. I'm thinking Stanley's in on it in some way because he's given money to Howie. And he's very much like, let's pin the blame on this guy. And didn't go into any of the, like, he was very defensive about this. And he's supposed to be seeing Andy's younger sister, but he never mentioned that. Is it Stanley? Is that who that she's seeing? I'm trying to remember who it was. I'm gonna have to go back again. Oh, there's too many people. So, anyway, what I can gather is Andy's sister went to one of these parties, house parties, got roofied, I'm assuming got roofied, and ended up having to take the morning after pill. So I'm going to assume that that's why she ended up in the hospital self-harming, because someone had raped her in some way. But Stanley's definitely a suspicious guy. So I think she's supposed to be seeing him now, which I would be like, if you were talking to a high school girl about this, wouldn't you be like, hey, but I'm still in contact with the family, i.e. I'm going out with the younger sister? And how old is he then? And if he was seeing Andy Bell, that means he's now seeing the younger sister. Blech. Gross. But I just tell you, incest is like one of these things. Keeping it in the family. It's not really incest, but it's like whole thing of like, ooh, a great ITV drama always has sexual shenanigans. If you're gonna shenan once, you're gonna shenan again. Yeah, so I don't know. This is all, it's a mess in my head. It's a mess, and I'm loving it because I love to be able to figure these things out. And I can't figure it out because I don't actually know. I have no clear idea, even though and I think maybe because it's all in the mixed media, although there's less mixed media here. I can see there's less mixed media in this third part. Is there any mixed media in this third part? But it feels like all of these pieces need to get brought together, and I'm not able to bring it all together. I need to have it all spread out on a page. I need to have my own weird board with the strings and the pins and stuff to work this one out, which is great. I'm feeling very entertained by this. I have no idea. I just assume very much so that Sal is innocent, and I have no idea if Andy is even still alive, because the old lady at the hotel said that she saw her. But was she actually seeing her, or was she seeing her younger sister? You know, because maybe her younger sister, after having, you know, gone away and coming out of herself and not being anywhere near her abusive father and not having her abusive sister around, has actually come into herself and looks more, you know, like her sister, you know, pretty, with dyed her hair and putting the makeup on and actually becoming a bit like a version of her, which would make the old lady think it was her. Anywho, Max is suspicious. He's suspicious. He's weird. We knew this from the offset. Like, Naomi was definitely holding back. She was keeping something. But the fact that someone contacted them and knew it makes me wonder who would know that? Who would know? Unless Max said something. Now, if Max said something to Howie, because he's all like, you know, drug dealing pals, and he somehow knows the Stanley guy, but then why is he giving Howie money? He's being either paid for something or blackmailed for something. I don't know. This is very much like confusing for me. Anyway, I'm talking too much about how I don't know anything. I'm saying a lot for not saying anything at all. I have 3 lovely snacks for my cup of tea, which is sitting there cooling slightly because it's way too hot just now. And I've got my pad of paper. I'm going to try and make a TBR video for my 801 readathon happening on the 1st of August. Take part if you'd like. So I'm thinking about the different things that I want to read, and I'm going to make a list and make a wee video quickly. And if anyone wants to buddy read, they can be like jumping on board with the buddy reads throughout the week. I plan on reading all the BL manga that week because I'm itching. This has been great fun so far, but at the same time, I'm like, I need a break from all the words. I need my pictures. I need my BL pictures. I need to just have some quick, easy BL romance. I need it. But yeah, I think this is gonna be the last one I have for it. But I have so many books that I'm supposed to read. I have so many books. So many arcs that I'm supposed to read, and I don't know if I'm going to get around to them all. Anyway, I am going to read part 3, and I will check in probably. Should I say who I think it is? Max is fairly guilty, but I'm wondering if there's an older person who might be... Let's go for Stanley. Let's go for Stanley, shall we? Just like a stab in the dark. Let's make it really messy. Yeah, let's go for Stanley. I don't think it's Naomi's dad, and I don't think it's Andy's dad anymore, but it could be that Andy's living with her dad as his fake wife. That would be something. Blech. Anyway, let's get on with it. Oh, I wonder if she... No. Anyway, that's me. I'm still thinking about it. Let's find out, shall we? So I just got to chapter 30, and Kara's going on about how her sister broke her phone and that they found one, an old prepaid one, in the house. Is that the burner phone? Is Kara's dad actually got something to do with the murder? Because he would know that they had gone camping, and also access to everyone's phone numbers. If he's been at the school, he will have access to phone records and stuff, wouldn't he? I don't know, maybe. So yeah, that's a bit of a And so someone's come into their house and used their spare key to get in and trying to scare her, but not trying to kill her, not actually trying to do anything to her, just trying to stop her from doing what she's doing. And that either brings up, once again, maybe Kara's dad or Ravi. And I have thought from the very first, like, he is very much like, inserted himself into this investigation. But then, why would he have anything to do with it? what would he have had to gain? Did he want to kill his brother? Did he have anything to do with Andy? It doesn't make any sense. I'm still confused. Anyway, I'm going to carry on. I've eaten my snacks. I'm all snacked out. Sugar rush, and also feeling a bit tired. So yeah, I will, I don't know. I'll check in with you again later. This is too much. There's too many suspects. Well, well, well. That was a wild ride at the end. It certainly was. Oh, I've got a visitor again. Back for more? Back for more? She's such a cheeky bum. She's such a cheeky bum. Anyway, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder was great. I really enjoyed it. I know this is Meg with Books' like one of her favorites, and I can see why. It's really fun. It is interesting when I'm listening to an audiobook that doesn't match a book, which is weird, but it's close enough that it's fine. But I enjoyed that. So yeah, I'm obviously listening to the American version and not the British one. I really did enjoy it. It was great. Oh, it was well constructed, and I liked the way that it ended. It had the twist, and then it had the double twist, which I was like, it has to have a couple of twists. It has to. It has to. Should I say who did it? Nah. But there was a twist, and there was another twist, and it was pretty obvious that some of the strings were definitely connected. So what have I said in my spoilery section that I could probably say again? I don't know. And it was very well done, and I recommend it. Holly Jackson's A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. It does now make me want to read the other two, so I'm going to check in my library, because I got this from the charity shop, so I'm going to check in my library if I can get, and I think I can get the audiobooks for them as well, so yeah, that would probably be something to read in the future. Yeah, that was good. Right, spoilers now, guys. Let's talk about the spoilers. So I was right. Max did sexually assault Becca, who was Andy's younger sister, and Andy did supply Max with the date rape drug. So that was all exactly what I had assumed it to be. And Sal was innocent. And unfortunately, Kara's dad, Mr. Ward, Elliot Ward, did have something to do with the whole shenanigans. And I did think it was particularly sad what he did, and kind of meaningless and unnecessary. Very unnecessary, it felt. So it was kind of like, well, why did you do that? It didn't feel like it was justified in any way. It felt so meaningless. I even after reading this, I don't feel like that was an intelligent thing to do. But then I don't think what he was doing was very intelligent anyway. Men. Men of a certain age, midlife crisis men. Yeah. So yeah, I think that was pretty much everything, wasn't it? So the whole, like who did what and who did that and blah blah blah, I don't want to talk about it too much because I don't want to give it away, but there were certain things that were definitely pieced together. But then, like I said earlier, there's just way too many suspicious people. And how at the end it has been hinted at that there are more people who are being suspicious that didn't come up in this. So that's why there'll be a second book or a third book, because those suspicious people are still suspicious, the Stanley guy, who is the local reporter, he's still very suspicious. The De Silvas are still very suspicious. Like Nat De Silva being sexually assaulted, probably by Max, maybe by someone else, don't know. That might be what they were alluding to. So yeah, there was quite a few people who ended up doing things, but the main point of this book was to exonerate Sal and to give the family, the Singh family, back some semblance of normalcy in the town, and to stop people from harassing them and looking at them in that way, because they had suffered even more so than any other family. So and Ravi's a fun character. He's very, very intelligent, very funny. His jokes are great, and the two of them actually were a great pair. So it was kind of weird to to read a murder mystery. It was like one of those cold case true crime podcast type things. It felt like that. It really did feel like a true crime podcast, but at the same time with a romance, a budding romance. So yeah. And it was interesting to hear the difference in the American version with the British version. There's quite a distinct difference. It is very, very different. So I would imagine that like, why did they do that? At what point did they do it? Dates and things were changed, names were changed, places were changed. It was very different in a lot of ways. So yeah. Anyway, that was a really good one. Oh, hold on, she's back again. What are you saying? Meow, meow. Just sitting there, always watching, always watching. This is what I have to put up with every day. Neighborhood cats coming round, staring at me while I'm trying to sit here reading murder mystery books. This is what I have to put up with. Shocking. So it is now about 7:30 on the 12th. And I did not finish the 7 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle, but I did listen to some of it in the dark. I also listened to some of this in the dark, and I also listened to some of this in the dark. So I'm trying to remember what all of the different prompts were. Hold on. Okay, so I just checked, and prompt number 1 is listen to something in the dark, I think. So yeah, I've done 3 that I listened to in the dark. In fact, I did listen to a little bit of The Death of Mrs. Westaway in the dark as well. So that would be 4, but I didn't finish this one. And the next one was to read a thriller. That was thrilling. This was thrilling. That I can't say I've been thrilled with so far. No, I'm just not going to. So 3, definitely thrilling, and kind of 4 in the dark. What's the next one? To read, is it something that with a black or orange on the cover? So this has got black on the cover. 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 So I definitely did that. So what's that? 3, the prompts. What's the 4th prompt? Set in the fall. Okay, so this was set in the winter, but this was definitely set in the fall. Lots of scarecrows. This was actually set in the summer, and then it moved into the fall. So there was a big Halloween section, fall kind of section in the end. So the whole thing ended around, or there was a big revealing section in October. So it was also set. And of course, I also read Sheets, which was also set in the fall or in autumn. And then the last one is to read a graphic novel, manga, or novella. And I read 2. So I read this one, The Telltale Heart by Edgar Allan Poe, and Sheets as well, which I'll have to write up a review for, because it was delightful. It was the least thrilling, but it was still kind of like, oh, how are they going to get out of this? And also spooky as well. So yeah, in terms of what I read, I did not read this. Or I started it, but I'm not sure if I'm going to finish it. But these are the 4, and then Sheets with the graphic novel that I had as well, which I really enjoyed. It was really nice. So yeah, out of the 6 days, that's 5 books, and they're proper big ones. I mean, this one's like stupid, like almost 400 pages. How long is this one? This one is over 400 pages. Wow, mind you, it's the mixed the mixed media thing. But still, that's over 400 pages. I've read loads. And I read 50 something pages of this one as well. I don't know, I think this is, yeah, over 200 and then sheets. So I have read quite a lot over the last 6 days. And I'm tired, guys. I really want to get back to my BL manga. I have so many books, but I am really ready. Today is the 12th. Today is a fabulous day because I have held off because I was like, you finish this first. You finish this first before you go anywhere near Les Hin, and do not buy those chapters of Jinx or Love's an Illusion. You do not do it until you finish this book. So it is now 7:30 at night. It's still really bright because the rain stopped literally after I'd been digging all on the mud in my garden. It's looking much better. My garden's looking amazing compared to how it was. It just looks all like muddy, but it's going to be great. We're going to have grass. I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, I've done at least something productive today. I'm going to go wash the dishes. Make myself some dinner because I still have some of that okonomiyaki left over, so I'll have some of that for dinner. But I think these are great. I wouldn't recommend this one. I would recommend this one as well, and this one. I think these three were great. And Sheets, 100% recommend. Definitely recommend Sheets if you can get hold of it. Unfortunately, I didn't get any of my other library books. I had about, I don't know, 10 on hold that were supposed to be getting delivered, so they'll probably get delivered next week, and I'll be like, yeah. I might just do like a Summerween spin-off, because they're mostly manga. That's what it was for. There was mostly manga that I was going to read, so maybe I'll do a little mini Summerween day next week, and just read them. Reading from my library for the day, all titles with like black on the cover and stuff like that. So yeah. I've really enjoyed this. Summerween's been great, but it is time to say goodbye. So thank you very much for watching this if you've made it to the end of this video, or if you watched my other one as well. Thank you very much for watching to the end. I hope you had a great Summerween. I'd love to know what you chose to read for any kind of spooky books, thrillers, things like that. I feel good because these are ones that have been on my shelf, and I feel like I am to be able to put them either back into the charity shop or to pass them along to a friend or something like that. I could probably do that now. I definitely think this was one that my dad would probably be like, yeah, this should have been an ITV drama. Maybe it is. We should check that out. Anyway, thank you for watching to the end of this video. Take care, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.